11:30 a.m., December 11th, 2054. Zurich security forces receive an anonymous tip giving them the location of a hideout the terrorists are using. Unfortunately, the ZSF underestimated the firepower these assholes were packing. They got caught with their pants down, and they took it hard. Outcome? Train go boom. You remember Diaz?
I think so.
Gonna help get you up to speed on some of the cool new shit you can do.
Communication, brother. We all gotta be in sync. Yo, Taylor, you're a fucking dick. You didn't hear shit? If I want to talk to you, the DNI transmits on a closed channel. I don't even have to think about it. But, just so you know, if you ever think about calling Taylor a dick for real, brother, he's gonna mess you up worse than those robots. All right, let's go see if you can do this without ending up a Swiss cheese like those poor bastards.
What's going on, everybody? Now, this is Mission 2 of the Black Ops 3 veteran campaign walkthrough. This mission is actually called New World. So, they basically went ahead and said that you have a chip in your brain now that allows you to communicate with everybody and kind of be in this imaginary world where you can all communicate and kind of like, it's kind of like an alternate world. That's why it says New World. So it's not really cool because you can't control like who comes in and who comes out, it looks like. So in my personal opinion, it looks like this dude's kind of being controlled. Even though they're trying to make it seem like some medical advance, they saved him. It's like a war advance too, like he's going to be this great soldier all of a sudden. But to me, he's almost starting to sound like a slave or something, because these guys can just come and go as they please into his brain. So anyways, this part is it's a little more difficult than Mission 1, but he says you can pick your path. I personally just chose the bottom route, even though I'm sure usually when the height advantage is the best thing you can do, so maybe the left or the top right, top left or top right, my bad, may have been the best option here. So just remember, if you can click right on your D-pad, it'll pull up the like see-through walls, like you and your enemies, you and your teammates can like see enemies together. So like if they see them, it'll be like kind of lit up through walls and stuff. I forgot exactly what they called it. It was like, I think it was DNI, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to go back and check on that, guys. But I keep turning it on and off, kind of like it's a burst going through and seeing them. Like I said, guys, you just have to hit the D-pad once and make sure that yellow tab on the right is lit up, and that's your DNI to help you communicate with your friendlies. Now up here we are about to wall run a little bit. This is kind of like practice for campaign mode. Now if any of you guys have already played free run while your game was loading, that was very fun, and I'm very interested to compare some time trials with me and my friends. I like how they did do that. So maybe there's even an achievement for beating the expert level on the free run, but I'm not sure. Here I would recommend taking out the people on the walkways and then pushing up to your left side here. Now it would have been a little easier to see through the walls, obviously, if I had my DNI on, which I keep turning it on and off thinking it's a burst effect. Like I said, I like the DNI's effect on the ground too. If you see the red and yellow on the ground, red means like you're in a bad spot and yellow means like it's not a good spot. So like if you're in a red spot, you're in like a dangerous spot to stand. So this can kind of help you determine where enemies are and kind of like figure out where you need to go and not need to go. So it's almost just a warning, like don't stand here. So I mean, me personally, they're making this pretty easy. You can see people through walls. They're telling you where to stand and where not to stand. I mean, I know it is difficult to kill people and you die pretty quickly, but in general, like, I know it's going to get a lot harder, but I feel like they give you a whole bunch of tools that this is like super advanced warfare. I don't know. Maybe not jumping as high, but with me seeing through walls and stuff, I just don't know. Anyways, we're going to kind of jump down here. I found this a good spot to stay. Just watch out for the grenades. Pick off the people up high, up in the windows, up on that platform. And there's really not too many people in this area. So I chunked a grenade over there. I think he may already be dead though. I do like how the grenades have like the trajectory of like where they're gonna go. So we're just gonna move on forward, guys, in our imagination, I would like to say. I don't know, all I'm saying is my dreams don't look like this, but it may be a lot more entertaining to sleep if I did. I may actually never wake up if my dreams are like this. So if you just seen the DNI, my floor was lit up, and it was probably for a good reason. Because I'm going to like stick my head through this doorway, and there's going to be quite a few people around here. So just kind of pick off as many as you can. I do decide that's not a good route to go. You're kind of like sticking your head out right in the middle. So this bottom like doorway over here, kind of like the very first door and entrance to this garage. This one dude did get behind me somehow, so just kind of be aware of that it is connected. But the beginning of the garage is the best because I know there's not going to be enemies behind me, so I can kind of like push through as a wave. And like I said a little bit earlier, it's kind of interesting that they do allow you to see through walls and have all these crazy good abilities. But we will get into some more abilities when we progress in this mission. This mission is really all about learning your abilities and learning to use all your new special tools. So alright, we'll clear out this little room. I do recommend just kind of standing up here, even though it does have a yellow warning floor. But pick off the people, and we will move forward down here, and I'll help you guys out a little bit when we start using some new equipment.
D&I doesn't just help us communicate with each other. It allows us to interact with a variety of computer systems, including pretty much all the basic drone units. Now, bipeds, sophisticated ground units, those are a whole lot trickier, brother. Those sons of bitches got a damn...
Alright guys, well we're going to start using some brand new tools, and that allows us to like use the force to control these guys. All you have to do is hit the left bumper and right bumper at the same time to take control of them. Now you can't take control of the one that's flying. That's what I was trying to do. But does that not look like he's trying to use the force at that thing? So if you just click it and let it turn red, then you can take your fingers off the bumper and stuff. You don't have to hold it down. It's kind of just, as soon as it lights up red, you'll be able to start using it. Now in this room, LB's to go down, RB's to go up. I just kind of zigzag back and forth around these poles, and there is a mission or achievement to get a certain amount of kills with one of these. So you'll see me get this up here. I believe it, I don't know if it's a kill a group of enemies with one shot or kill a certain amount of people with it, but it's a small achievement, and it's obviously pretty easy to get on this level. So if you're just well aware of what's around you and what's going on, there are people up here. So I kind of did come this way, and here's this achievement, foe to friend. Use enemy combat robot to kill 10 enemies. So as long as you kill 10 of them, you will get the achievement. And like I said, this part's not very hard. You kind of just weave back and forth, and kill the ground troops first, usually, so they're not killing you. But we're just gonna use this to hit the turbine. Now this one has killed 20 enemies while flying the Talon. Or Talon, not sure how it's pronounced, but so you can get 2 achievements in this one little part, so do be aware and just go ahead and get that out of the way. It's easy gamer score, easy achievements, and we're going to move on to the next level. We're going to push down into that room that we just cleared out, and here we go. Alright, well, right through here, guys, we're just kind of clearing out this room. Not a whole lot's really going on. I haven't really messed a whole lot with, like, the main screen. like the little like I'm not sure what to call it. It's like the room before you like start the mission where you can like get your upgrades. And so I'm not too sure about the upgrades. I know the upgrades probably has something to do with the your special abilities that you use pushing down on the D-pad. Then you can use your right analog stick to select what abilities you use. So I'm sure it does have something to do with that. Not real sure. We're gonna have to learn a little bit. And then also something new is you're able to create a class. So you're able to actually choose which guns you take in the missions and have like different classes set up. Me personally, I kind of like when they just give me the guns that I need to use, and then I don't know. It's maybe because I don't know all these weapons very well, so I just haven't changed them yet. I've kind of just used the first default one that was there, and that was a COD. But I do think they set me up with a different weapon throughout this mission. So we'll just kind of wait and see, because I know at one point I start out with a shotgun. So the campaign does control a little bit of what weapons you use, but they do give you a little bit of the ability to kind of choose how you want to play the map. Now, this was the same ability that we used to fly the Tylon. You can find one of their sentry guns chilling over there, click the right bumper, left bumper, and you can take control of it and turn around and just clear these guys out. Now, there is another one over here that I pushed my way over to, but if I would have went ahead and took control of it, this would have been done a lot quicker and made this area a lot easier. Because I'm just taking my time trying to clean these guys out. So I do come this way. It's kind of dangerous, so these guys do find me and they start chunking their grenades. And I mess up. I try to hit RB to pick it up, but instead I throw my own. So we'll just mark that up as an error and try better next time. So clear these guys out. I see that dude using that gun, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna take this thing and I'm gonna clear these guys out. So it turns red. I can let go of my RB and left bumper, and I'm looking for these guys. And there's two of them chilling right there. And I believe that should just about clear out the room for you. So some of those things are explosive. So if you guys kind of spray around, I know you're trying to conserve ammo, but some of the stuff around there is very explosive. So keep that in mind if you get stuck in hard areas. There usually is something that can help you out on the map. So we're going to hack through this and we're going to move forward.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Just take a second. Take a deep breath in and tell me what happened.
I was back in Ethiopia. The grunts, I lived it all again. What's happening to me?
Shit. You know how your senses can trigger vivid memories? Make you think of sounds, sights, words from songs. Make you think of stuff you haven't thought of in years. The DNI can make that a lot more visceral. Little glitches on your optics, little whispers in your ear. This shit happens. Doctor can straighten it out. You just need to recalibrate your meds. Trust me, you're gonna be fine.
So what now?
Oh, right now, you're gonna interface with that console. As soon as you plug in, you'll be able to extract and process the information in a heartbeat.
Got it. They had a man on the inside at Coalescence. He would have been able to supply them with everything they needed to bypass the security on the train.
The botched assault meant it took 6 hours for the ZSF to get that information. Outcome? Train go boom. Took you just 6 minutes.
Yeah, it would have been 5 if you hadn't freaked out when you saw those robots.
So what happens now?
Now we go find the son of a bitch. Tipped off by his terrorist pals, the mole was ready for him. He had heavy-duty combat grunts with him. Once again, Zerg security force got their asses handed to him. Outcome: train go boom.
We lost him. He slipped away.
You remember Specialist Sarah Hall? She's gonna walk you through the next part. Trust her, do exactly what she says. I trained her myself. She's an intelligence expert from back when that actually meant something.
Before DNI, you had to read books. In the academy, Taylor made me read a lot of them.
Well, some knowledge is worth earning, appreciating. And that takes time. Time is something we don't always have.
Okay, New Blood. From this point on, the simulation deviates from actual events. Not that it's gonna feel any less real. Use your imagination.
Alright, well, welcome back to part 2 of Imaginary World. If you see, this is now kind of like Assassin's Creed, where it kind of shows you where the dude you're chasing is running. He kind of leaves like a blue trail because he also has DNI. So, you can kind of clear these few people out, and you're going to spend most of this mission running. And you are going to learn how to use a few more of your new abilities. Now, he ran across, I didn't know what to do, but you can just jump down and jump across and crawl up this ladder. This dude really isn't running too far away. I think he kind of may slow down for you, but just keep chasing after the blue.
Son of a bitch is still moving. Use that billboard to get over the maglev train. He's heading into Old Zurich. Move. All right, activating a new cyber ability.
Alright, well, this is a new ability. It's kind of like an EMP. If you hit the right bumper and the left bumper at the same time up at these little drones, I don't know if they're the Talons either, but wait for your ability to fully max out. Like, you have to wait for it to like spawn back and get its health back. If you see that, the round circle at the bottom right, that's how quick you can use them. So once you obviously get that built up, you're gonna have to use the like EMP to knock out those few drones. Alright, there's two little enemies over here you need to take out. One at the bottom red and one at the top red if you see them up there. You could possibly wall run over there if you wanted to. That probably would have been a lot easier than jumping up here. But I'm looking for them and I do almost get shot in the back. But at this point here, if you're up here, you can wall run across and skip. Maybe that's one or two enemies. But wall run across and chase after his blue streak. And guys, we're just about to catch him. We're going to jump up here and somehow, I guess he just stopped running or he tripped or... Anyways, we catch him right here and we'll move on to our next dream.
Didn't work out so well, huh? I reckon our suspect has about 15 seconds left before he shakes hands with the Grim Reaper. You can't let that happen. Not before you get the information we need.
I don't think he's in any condition to talk.
He doesn't have to. He has a DNI. Buried beneath layers of security protocols, the subject's DNI records cam footage of the user's past experiences. In extreme circumstances, it is possible to extract that information by force. You'll be able to push deep into the subject's memories, their thoughts, even their subconscious. You could learn everything we need to know about the terrorist plans.
I'm sensing a butt coming up somewhere.
You should know. Not only will this procedure be deeply traumatic for the subject, but the associated subconscious interference will leave him brain dead. Dead. Believe me, this is a bad way to go.
He's a dead man anyway. Besides, he's a fucking terrorist.
A few minutes ago, you knew nothing. What do you know now?
I know where they are. They're using the old train tunnel to plan their attack.
But you just learned that your DNI took the ZSF weeks to uncover. What do you think I'm gonna say next? Outcome. Train go boom. It's good to know you can make tough decisions when you have to. I think it's time we moved on.
Taking heavy fire! That's a backup!
The ZSF finally tracked down the terrorists to this location. For their sake, they really wish they had.
You're still here, huh? Pity. I bet D has 100 that you'd be dead by now.
Funny man, Specialist Peter Moretti. He's gonna help you understand how much of a badass motherfucker you are now. Remember, we still don't have the last piece of the puzzle. How in the hell they got the explosives on board the train?
So we're clear? When this is over, you owe me 100. Back to business. As you know, one of the perks of being Black Ops is having access to the latest in experimental weaponry. Firearms may be your go-to choice for a weapon in a fight. But with DNI, your mind truly is your greatest weapon. Let's do some damage.
Alright, this is the third part of the dream. We are learning how to use more of our abilities. This ability allows you to, like, explode these robots. If you select one of them, he kind of explodes and he destroys any of the robots around him. So it's very effective if you can find a group of enemies all like bunched together in one area. So leave on your DNI because it doesn't really cost you anything. And remember, like, the bottom right, you see my ability is now full. I might as well just use that as much as possible. It's definitely going to make everything a lot easier for you. It's kind of just like a wasted ability if you don't use it. So now I am not sure if you can select them through walls or if you actually had to have like contact with them. So we're kind of learning as we go, and we are fixing to get ready to use a new ability in this part. This is where you learn how to switch between the abilities. If you push down on the D-pad, it'll pull up like the list of abilities in a circle, and you'll use your right analog stick to kind of like circle around and select which one you want to use. Because we are fixing to get to probably so far the most OP ability there is. It's like a swarm of fireflies. I'll go ahead and just eat all the enemies in front of you, and I'm really surprised how quickly this thing rebuilds up and like that you can reuse it. These little nanobots will go and kill like this whole group of people over here, and I'm able to use it again in another like 15 seconds. So at this point, unless you want to push forward, you can just keep sending out your nanobots and just keep letting them clear them out, because you really don't have to do anything. So I'm not too fond of this one, especially being able to use like this. It'd been different if you could like use it once and clear out those enemies and that's it. But being able to use it as much as you want is kinda not that interesting. You know what I mean? Like, I stay back, I use it, I poke my head up, I shoot a few people, I let it build up, I use it, and I mean, it makes it really simple and easy, and you're not dying, so I guess that is the goal of the mission. But this is one thing I did wish Black Ops did a little differently. But that could just be me. I'm sure this would be really acceptable and realistic. So that game mode is beyond hard. So, but we are playing on veterans today, guys, if you weren't around at the beginning of the video to hear. And we do have some tanks coming around here. Like I said, you push down on your thing to open up the cycle, and I went back to this is one I haven't tried before. I'm not sure what it's called, but I will select these guys, and I'm really not sure if it does anything. We will have to learn these abilities a little bit more. But right here, I should have went and used the one that makes them explode and kill the people around them. So if you want to do that, that's a lot easier. here's all these ammo crates I was talking about in first mission that are kind of spread just throughout all these games, but this could just be part of the dream world. I don't know. It could be just part of helping you be able to keep the guns that you choose in your create a class. So I'm not sure, because you used to have to pick up guns and pick up guns and pick up guns and like keep moving forward, and you like never keep the gun that you started with. But I kind of feel like Black Ops 3 campaign mode wants you to keep the gun that you choose, which is pretty cool, especially if you feel super comfortable with a gun. So if you push up on the D-pad, guys, you kind of have this green ability that it's not thermal, it's not infrared. I'm not quite sure what it is. We are in the future, so it's just part of your DNI. But I just keep using these swarm of nano flies to just keep taking these guys out, and I'm just moving forward pretty quickly at this point. And every time I see a group of robots or a robot far away, I'll just go ahead and switch to the imploding one. I'm not sure what this one's exactly called, but the one that makes them explode, this one. And guys, we push through these pretty easy. So I want to try this misdirection one again. I thought it may have turned the enemies around and had them like kill themselves or like kill their friendlies. So make it like my robot kinda, but it didn't seem to work. And at this point I decided not to use it, and I was like, alright, well, I'm gonna use this OP Firestorm, and we're just gonna move forward, guys. Not really a whole lot to point out, because these abilities are doing basically most of the work. But like I said, if it's a regular human, use a Firestorm, and if it's one of these robots, guys, I believe it's called emulation or embolation. I'm not quite sure. It's one of those things. But that's what you use against the robots, and we just kind of push through this direction, switching back and forth between our abilities. Like I said before, though, I do wish the abilities at least took longer to regenerate. It would have made it just a bit more challenging. So I feel like veteran isn't too bad right now. We do get to a pretty hard part up here at the end, which is usually how most missions are. The last 5 or 10 minutes is pretty difficult, so I'll show you guys the best way to handle that, and I'll jump in back with you guys up here.
Party ain't over yet. Let's move. I got bots moving that rail car. Shred them. No chance. No chance at all.
Alright, into this room, there's just a ton of enemies, all kinds of enemies. I recommend using the Firestorm first, the Firefly. Just shoot it out and let it take out as many of the humans as possible. And immolation will be used to take out some of these robots. So this is literally the only way I get through this. You really don't even have to shoot much anymore. You can kind of like sit back, because you will get hurt pretty quickly because it's veterans. So use this to your advantage. Just keep shooting them back and forth. I do take turns. I shoot the Firefly, then I do use the immolation. So there are some little like mini tanks up here that you almost have to use an immolation. It quickly takes them out, and shooting them is very difficult. So I'll show you those when we come around the corner up here. So pick those up and keep on using your abilities.
Looks like they got into the water treatment plant through here. On me. Keep your fucking head down. You may be a badass, but you're not immortal. Bullet to the head will still get you a date with your maker.
Alright, well, we're about to enter another huge room with a lot of enemies that, like I said, you just kind of use your abilities on. You can kind of just duck behind one of these columns and keep shooting your abilities off. And to speed things up, I do recommend just popping up and down and taking a few of these guys out like I do. It does help a lot. But I usually like to start with the Fireflies, then use the emulation on the few tanks that are left. But in this pole area, in these two columns, I guess they're just two pipes, but you can like head glitch pretty good and take out most of these guys and not have to worry about it. But down here, those missile launchers that are being shot at you is that little tank I was talking about. I think I did kill one last room, but you will see it on this down on the floor in a second. And you will use the emulation on this. This definitely helps out a ton. And there's two of them on this little area. So just like that, you highlight it and it explodes. So it's not too difficult, but see, if you see there me shooting at it, it took a good bit of bullets, so I do recommend just going ahead and using your ability on it. And I stayed to the left and kind of stood on this staircase, and just because I wanted a wall run a little bit, you know what I mean, get the hang of it. But by this point, you've cleared out most of them, guys, and we're about to clear out the very last wave before we move forward to our next stream. So I'm just going to leave you guys here until we get to the next one, and good luck. Take out these two tanks and those few robots, and we should be good.
Nice work. Good hunting. Interface with that door for me.
What is this place?
This is where it all went down. The computer over there should give us some insight into how they got the explosives on board. Go interface.
It's the robots. They hacked the security robots. They brought the explosives on board.
You want to hear something ironic? The reality was, the terrorist attacks actually accelerated the development of the Winslow Accord Neural Network Initiative. If it wasn't for the fear of attacks like this one, we probably wouldn't even have the Cyber Soldier program. Hang in there. 7:25. Got about 5 minutes.
You've been here before, New Blood. Let's see if you can change it.
Alright, this part of the mission really confused me because it wants you to run and hit B, which like charges and hits them. And this is something I don't recommend. It says a takedown. So if you run up and you get it within the area, you can hit B and you'll like slide and tackle them. But the shotgun works just as well, even though the entire time he's like, use the takedown, use the takedown. But this shotgun has great distance on it. I mean, I'm not quite sure how the damage is with the shotgun. If or like how much damage these robots actually do have. But there is one guy up in the window here. He will fall down, but I went ahead and took him out. Your guy may complain that like, oh, this was real, like you'd be hurting friendlies, but you can kind of ignore that. To my knowledge, it doesn't really bother anything. So obviously I wouldn't shoot an innocent person on purpose, because I mean they're just sitting there chilling anyways, you know what I mean? I'm shooting a gun and she's sitting there looking like she's watching her favorite TV show. But there is this one little enemy on this side that comes down this right aisleway, and then at the end of this aisle we will jump up on top of the train. So go ahead and jump up here, and two will jump up on the sides, pull out the shotgun, and try to take out these guys that are close. Use your cover, just keep bobbing up and down with the shotgun. And the people that are farther away, like this guy, pull out your pistol. It does take almost an entire clip to kill him with a pistol, but it's a lot more safe, and it allows you to get through this part with less restarts, let me say, because it did take me a little bit. But run to the edge of this train, and there will be a person to the right and to the left. But don't get up too close, because there are like 4 or 5 enemies right below that blue box that I'm shooting at. That this is a new ability. You like jump down and slam them, and you'll kill them just like that. So I do recommend killing the 2 guys in the back first, because they will be shooting at you when you jump down. So this part, yet again, I feel like they make it pretty easy, because they have a resupply box out right there. So just keep chunking grenades in there. Chunk your grenades, go back, resupply, chunk grenades. And any of the guys that do push forward and kind of want to challenge you, go ahead and just destroy them with a shotgun. And if they're too far back, you can go ahead and use a pistol, because like I said, you're not going to run out of ammo, because that box is right there. Now I do use a smoke screen right here, because I was getting tired of them camping in the back, but this dude does push forward, and so does the other one, so they will eventually come looking for you. So, but the smoke screen did help, because they weren't firing at me. But we're about to move forward, and guys, we're at the end of this mission already. It is kind of messed up how the end of this mission like works. So leave your opinion on the end of the mission and what you kind of think about this like imaginary world that's going on right here, since all this just happened in our minds. So thanks again for watching, guys. Leave a like if I helped at all, and I will be bringing the next mission probably within the next day or two. So thanks again.
The whole thing's booby-trapped. If I hack it, try to move it, or detach the car, it's gonna blow. It's too much! Even with the computer in my head, there's not enough time!
It's actually very simple.
Wait. This is a maglev trap. If I reverse the polarity on just this car...
There was no way to stop it and get off the train. Your DNI might show you all the options, but only you can decide what you're willing to sacrifice. Sometimes, you have to let go.
Taylor, how's our patient?
As good as can be expected.
I expect better. You should know that.
Welcome back. You're being prepped for surgery now. It's gonna be okay. Hendricks wasn't even injured on the mission. He volunteered for this.